Hi, my name is Elizabeth of Lore. I'm transmitting from my portal today to talk briefly about wanting and desire and how to not suffer as the result of desire. So, this isn't exactly a video about how to get what you want or how to manifest. There are lots of those, so you can definitely find them from other people. But I will say that some of what I talk about reflects similar sentiments to those who do talk about how to manifest your desires. So this may help with that as well. But for me, what I find more important than getting what you want is not suffering, right? One of the big teachings of Buddhism is that desire is the root of all suffering, or more precisely, that attachment to desire is the root of all suffering, right? Because we all desire. It's natural, it's built into us, it's evolutionary. At the very basic level, we all desire food, water, sex as evolutionary tools to keep us alive, to keep our species alive. Those desires are built into these bodies and these minds that we're traveling with right now. So to expect that we won't experience desire during this lifetime is, in my opinion, silly and unreasonable. But we can achieve a certain level of non-attachment that allows us to not suffer so greatly because of our desires. And, you know, when it comes to teaching you how to, for example, meditate, which is a wonderful tool, I might make another video about that from my own personal perspective, but there's a lot of great teachers out there. I mean, you can just look up an article, look at anything by a Buddhist. There's guided meditations on YouTube, and you could go to a temple. I mean, there's all sorts of tools. I recommend it. I recommend meditation. It's a great tool. That's not what this video is specifically about, though. I'm trying to find the right words. So this is an illusion. Not the video only, but everything. It's a trick of the light. That's how I like to put it, right? Our minds interpret energy using this light that gives us the appearance of division. It gives us the appearance of time. It gives us the appearance of these stories we play out. Like Shakespeare once said, all the world's a stage. It's like a game or play or an illusion that we're all a part of. But what's actually real is energy, right? That's what everything is. And all of this is an interpretation of energy. So if there's something that you want, that's an energy, right? Wanting is an energy. And so is the thing that you want. And if you're ever going to have it, then you already have it energetically. Because time isn't really real, division isn't really real. None of this is really real, just energy, right? And that means that if you're going to have it isn't even the right statement. You're going to have it. You do have it. It's an energy. So just feel into that. That may sound overly simplistic if it's not something you're used to doing, but it really is that simple when you actually just sit down and feel into it. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that you're going to have every specific thing you want in this life. I believe, this is my personal belief, that our mind is a tool and our body is a vessel and they carry us through this life, but our spirit, our energy is what really leads us. And sometimes our mind may think it wants something, we create a story and think it wants something, and it's actually not what our spirit wants. And in that case, I believe our spirit will lead us away from it, and we won't have it. So you could attach to something like that you never get and torture yourself if you so choose, or you can accept that you don't have it, that you're not getting it, and just let go. But if there's something that you really want that you can't let go of, that you find yourself trying to let go of, and you just can't, right? And I don't mean like an addiction or a compulsion, because that's trauma. I mean something that could be a good thing that you really want, that you just want, and you can't stop yourself from wanting it. Again, just my belief, but I believe that in that circumstance, the reason that you can't stop wanting it, or that you feel you can't stop wanting it, is that it is something that aligns with your spirit, which means you already have it. You may not have it in this illusion, at this moment in this illusion, but you have it. That's why you want it so much, because it's yours. Don't we all want what's ours? So you don't have to wait for the illusion to catch up. You can just feel into the energy of having that and just have it energetically. So what I mean is, if you sit and meditate and you think, this isn't what I would recommend as the only kind of meditation you do, but it's something you can do. If you think of the thing that you want and you feel what it would feel like to have that thing, then you can begin to feel the energy of it and just feel that energy. Even if you need to tell yourself you do have it. I'm not saying like walk around all day and be like acting delusional, but I mean, some people do say you should do that, but anyway, personal choice. But feel the energy of it. Feel it. Feel what it feels like to have that. Feel that energy. And just carry that with you, because the reason you can feel that is because it's real and it's yours. And that will reduce the suffering, because at that point, when you realize the thing you want, you already have, then you don't attach to it anymore. Right? I mean, we all know that once we get something we want, like in the physical, we always jump to the next thing, right? That's part of why desire causes suffering. But if we recognize that all of these things that we want are things we already have, then we can detach from all of them and no longer suffer. And then we don't have to worry about, when it's going to be here in this physical world, or even if it's going to be here in this physical world, because we already have it energetically. We already feel the energy of it. So here's my example from my personal life. I, for a really long time, really intensely wanted to be in a relationship. Because it's a nice thing, I guess. I also had a lot of trauma around that. I never really had a good relationship, like a romantic relationship. And also, because of what I just said, because I think that I am going to be in a really beautiful relationship with someone at some point in this timeline. And so it was something I couldn't let go of. But it was causing me a lot of suffering because I didn't have it physically and still don't. But it doesn't cause me suffering anymore because I did what I just said. I felt into the energy of it, and it was very easy. It was just there. The love was just there. Like that feeling, that like really beautiful feeling of like being in love with someone, and they're in love with you, and you're so happy, and it's just like this great feeling was just there. Like I could sit there and I don't know why I'm saying is just there. I can feel it all the time. It's around me, it's inside of me. I feel it. I feel like I'm in love with someone who's in love with me. And yes, okay, it would be nice for that to be something that I could physically experience, and I believe it will be, but it doesn't really matter because I already feel the energy, and that's the best part. That's the best part of having anything that you want, is the energy. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to prove it to you. Okay, so just to be simple, I use the same example, like being in a relationship, but this could apply to anything you want. So let's say that you also want to be in a relationship, right? You want to be in love with someone who's in love with you. And you meet someone awesome and you really click with them, you really like them, it's mutual, they like you too. Great. You guys start dating, you're together, you love each other, but you also have this severe depression and you're really stuck in some trauma that happened to you in the past and you can't stop thinking about that, or you can't stop feeling the depression, like you're just in an energy of depression and pain. Okay, you have this person, you got what you wanted, but the energy that you're feeling isn't that. You have it in the physical world, but the energy you have is something else, right? It's not that great. I mean, imagine that. I mean, it might be nice to have someone help you, support you through that, but you're not getting the experience you actually wanted, right? It's better to have the reverse. If you have to choose between the two, if you have to choose between physically having something but not having the energy of it, or not physically having it but having the energy of it, it's better to have the energy of it. I feel great. I feel amazing with this energy, and it doesn't really matter anymore to me if I have it in the physical world. It's like that would be nice, but it's just not that important because I already have the energy. So this is how you can reduce the suffering of wanting, is to recognize you already have everything that you need. You already have everything that your spirit truly wants. You have it. You can feel that energy. And just do it. Just make it a practice. Feel the energy of having what you want already. And that way, when it comes in the physical world, you'll actually get to enjoy it. And that way, you don't have to constantly think and worry, when is this going to come to me? Because you already have the energy. You already have the main ingredient. You already have the best part. The rest is just seasoning and flavors and stuff that will definitely make it nicer, but like aren't as important. I hope this made sense. This video was a request made by a friend, so it's something I believe, but I'm not, I don't know, super practiced in talking about this. Anyway, it's a real thing though, and it's beautiful, and you can do it with anything. I just use the example of something that bothered me for many years, but you can do it with anything you want. Anything at all. Money, job, friends, whatever. Just feel the energy of it. It's the best part. It's the best part. And as I said at the beginning, people who are into manifesting and stuff tend to say that that's the first step. That once you feel the energy of something is when you begin to actually bring it into your physical reality. And I don't know, that might be true. But all I know is it takes away the suffering and makes life really joyous and amazing and feel really good. Who doesn't want that? Okay, that's all.